It may look like paradise, but for more than 14 years, this was hell. Liberia, in West Africa, was shattered by a bloody civil war that began in the early 1990s. Some 250,000 people were murdered, and an estimated 40% of all Liberia's women attacked. Rape was unleashed as a weapon of war. The bloodshed finally ended in 2003, but the legacy of violence against women continues. Today, sexual violence rates remain devastatingly high, with some 40% of rape victims under the age of 12.
If we don't address the issue of sexual violence, the sense of safety, the sense of security is still not there, and you can't say you have peace.
Ezedua Derricks-Briggs, head of UN Women in Liberia, says securing justice for women has not been easy in this post-conflict country. There's a huge backlog of cases, and arrests and convictions are rare, leading to a sense of impunity. This is especially true in Liberia's countryside, where access to justice is severely limited, contends Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf, President of Liberia and Africa's only elected female leader.
We still have a long way to go to have really functioning justice systems in the rural areas, but the process has started.
Started with rural women like these who are helping to fill the gap, here in what they call peace huts. These women, all clad in white t-shirts, are part courtroom and part community police.
They follow the investigations. When they hear the police says there's no evidence, they say, how can the police say there's no evidence? We'll give them evidence. Come, let's show you the evidence. And these are women who haven't gone to school.
Cases of violence and domestic issues are brought here by women to be mediated by women.
Imagine 50 women all walking to one home and telling the man, you touch her again, we are taking you to the police. Women who have come out of a war, now taking their own security in their own hands and saying, no, we can't allow this to go on.
Women like Ma Ani, who heads this peace hut, one of more than 30 throughout the country.
It's just about telling somebody the truth. So you see who is wrong, who is right. At the end of the day, there will be a judgment.
Something this woman, Sophie, is counting on.
Sophie, sit down.
Her case, her former husband is refusing to pay child support, and her children are suffering, she says.
Sophie, I want to ask you, how long you and the man be together?
10 years.
Sophie's former husband is pursued by the women and marched to the hut. He's also questioned.
Take your time to explain to us what happened between you and the woman here. You understand?
By day's end, the women reach their verdict. The husband agrees to their demand that he pay Sophie some $500, and he signs their contract. The women usually prevail, says Ma Ani, but the question remains, why do the men listen? The answer is simple, she says. If they don't respect the rulings, the women of the community will keep going after them.
The men listen to us. We have never been having problem with any of those cases. No. None of the cases have come back to us. When we finish with it, we make peace and finish.
But those in Liberia know that the work of bringing true security to the country is only just beginning. The key, they say, is continuing to invest in the power of women.
They're taking positions and they're standing up and exerting their rights. They have really been empowered.
This report was produced by Andy Gittal for the United Nations.